Welcome to Moral FC. It is what it is. I'm going to speak two languages here, English and Ghanaian language, which is Twi. I have other sisters who don't understand the English, so I want them to benefit all. So you bear with me with the two languages. Just follow it, you will understand. I'm going to draw my first line. This we're going to start as my starting line. We ever shall see my starting line, baby, I'm shall see as a usual from my shoulder or call on until my line on. So I measure from the shoulder to your nipple point, to measure from the shoulder now. I go to see no for no. It can be 10, 10 and a half, or 11. Then you add half inch to it. Until line I'm drawing from your shoulder on. I go see no for no. I draw about 10 and that's 11. So that's not the half inch as also. Until me through her, me measure from the shoulder and I'm call the waist. So you measure from the shoulder to the waist, which is 16. It can be 17 as yours. So that's another half inch as also. So when you're cutting on the fabric, you need to add half inch to it. So from the shoulder to your hip measurement, line me and sign a 4 ID kind from a hip measurement. No. So you measure from your shoulder to your hip measurement. If you're a long person, it's 25 or 26. If you're a short person, you can make it 24 or 23 long centimeters from your shoulder to your hip. Until the way I'm drawing a hip line. We need patenting and measure from your shoulder now. I measure 25 and I say 26. Very normal to your hip. So you need patenting into the where your bust point on the phone. This is your bust point and this is your waist part, and that will be your hip part. The fabric is being folded into two. Pattern is being folded into two. What I know about channel folding the into your corner on the shoulder. Go to the shoulder. We go to the shoulder. Whatever you measure from the shoulder to the other shoulder, which is 16. If it's 16, you divide it by 2. You're going to give you 8. Then you add half inch to it. When you are drawing on the main fabric into corner shoulder ususua no achamienu we are not half inch in our coso also we are not about form kakra 1 inch. For the shoulder slope you come down by 1 inch, and for the neck depth, for the neck width, it depends how wide, how big you want it to be. You can make it 3 by 3, which is a standard one, or you can make it 4 by 4, or corner with mine 3 by 3, and I say 4 by 4. Such as here, and it depends on then you draw your shoulder slope. The shoulder is not straight, your corner, your shoulder on, and your pepe such as here. So I'm trying to get my armhole. So the armhole, you can divide your bust by 6 plus 1.5, or you just simply divide your shoulder back measurement by 2. Whatever you get, you use as an armhole. Into no shoulder armhole no. So person your armhole now, or bust now susu no, or chest now susu no, divide by 6 no plus 1.5. And I say your back shoulder now susu no, dividing me no, not that here armhole no. I hope you understand what I mean. So the armhole is either use your shoulder measurement, you divide by 2 and use for your armhole, or use your bust, you divide it by 6, you add 1.5 to it. That will give you the actual measurement for the armhole. So I'm working by the neck depth and by the neck width. Like I said, the neck depth and the neck width, you can make it 4 by 4 inches or 3 by 3 inches. It depends how wide, how big you want. Sorry, my camera is not showing at that part as I'm making my angle. Sorry for that. My camera no. And show in the corner by the corner and 3 inches by 3 inches wide and width. So this is how the neck is going to be. Into be curve on the curve on the camera now show. Into yamba na moto mo. Let's come to the armhole. You divide it by 2. You come inward by half inch. Into which no boom inside kakra half inch. No draw a curve because enimono eswa senechire no. Our back is very wide, so I mark like 1/2 inch or 1 inch over there. You mark 1 inch over there, then you make your curve. Mark 1 inch over there and make a curve. So let's come to the measurement. Into about bust point one, a bust your chest. You divide your chest into 4. You divide your chest, your bust into 4. whatever you get, you mark it down. So we need your chest measurement, your waist measurement, and your hip measurement. So when you measure your chest measurement, then you divide it by 4. Ususu oboso na wachem 4. Do benyano no mark it. You divide it by 4, then you mark it. You can use your tape measurement to do the calculation for that, as I'm doing. In general, about waist, come to the waist, you divide it by 4, you mark it. You go to the hip, you divide your measurement by 4, then you mark it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and comment. When with you, subscribe, watch it, subscribe. Click on notification bell. So you join the points together, join it. Where are your measurement our use? These are the measurements that you have used without any extra allowances. So we're going to go by your nipple to nipple points. That's never, and we need your nipple to nipple points. Your nipple to nipple points, you divide it by 2. If it's 8, which is 4, then add ½ inch to it on the main fabric. Into no fano, because you no fano. O measure no chim. Uchem you know na order ye or that no. Top on that, any more that, not that no. Into from your bust, from your nipple point, you come down by 1 inch. Then your hip, you come up by 2 inch. Into from no fono, over form by 1 inch. Now call hip no basoro by 2 inch. Into baba mfimfi, come on your waistline. You mark ½ inch and ½ inch there. It's not about waist one. Now mark a ½ inch and ½ inch. And no mouse are curve na mayano. Into mfimfi on by 1 inch. So you need to deduct ½ inch and feet there. Then you make this curve. So now we have to put back the 1 inch. This part is 1 inch. They say in 15 horse and waist one 1 inch. Your waist side is 1 inch. Your waist side is 1. So we have to pay back, put the waist back there. So 1 inch you have to put it back there. Into waist no one no I said the heading show. So now we want to add our extra allowances. You can add 1.5 or 2 inches. Then add it to it. Such as your extra allowance, you add 1.5 or 2 inches, then you make your joint. You connect the pointed. Oh boy, mixing 2 languages. Oh man, this is my first time mixing these 2 languages. You know, I'm really going through. So this line is off. So that line I'm canceling off. So I say, but remember on shoulder side we have to add ½ inch there. So I can add ½ inch. And you mark ½ inch like that, then you cut it so that there will not be a shortage for your fabric. It's more IFC. It is what it is. Guys, I'm doing all this one for you. You know, mixing 2 languages, English and Twi Ghanaian language, all mixed up together. Remember to add your extra allowance at the hip side. This basic pattern, you can make it your straight dress or top and blouse. You know, you can make it very straight. So here's how it is. We go to the back. So you mark all your pointed. What about to or back and so on? This we are on the back pattern. You have to put the front pattern on the back pattern. Then you make sure you get the mark from your hips. All the lines should be the same. You just have to trace it. But the difference here is we have 1.5 extra inch for zip allowances. We have 1.5 extra inch for zip allowances. That's the only difference here. Before we start, do the calculation in here. So this is my hip line. The same method as we did at the front pattern. So you see any mono. I'm going to so to draw my curve, but some drawing curve now I want them to be the curves to be the same. But some curve here pepe. Difference will mean say when you is 1.5 inch higher also so. That's all no on it be say it is zip in the it be count. So I'm just putting on it to get the armhole that curve the same thing. You add an extra to it. So this part 1.5 inch that I left there is the zipper allowances. That's 1.5 inch. You can leave 1.5. You can leave 1 inch. It's up to you. In the corner, you come to the neck. You make it 1 inch by 3. Just come down by 1 inch. That's all. It's going to be okay. We are going to do the dart. The same thing that we did the dart. Your nipple to nipple point, you divide it by 2. You use it for the same dart as you did for the front dart. The same dart. Dart and send us here nimuno. Yeah, the same thing here. But the only difference here, you're gonna go 1 inch up on your bust point. This is your bust point. You have to go 1 inch your waist, and this is your hip. So on your bust point, you go up 1 inch. Remember the back, we came down 1 inch. But when you're talking about, the front, we came down by 1 inch. By the back, you come up 1 inch, and the hips too, you come up 2 inches at the same thing as you did at the front. Like I said, the only difference here is for the dart, the back one, you go up on the bust point 1 inch. So you connect all the darts together, the points together. So we are going to work on the zip side. Yeah, but work on the zip side one to avoid bulky at the back. You know, our front measurement and our back measurement are not the same. The new measurement in because of no phone into. So I say our front measurement and our back measurement are not the same because of the bars. So most of the time you can see that the length of your back and the length of your front is different. So when you have that case, you just have to measure your shoulder to your back for simply, or maybe you can deduct just ½ inch or 1 inch from the actual measurement, or you come to the waistline. This is the waistline. You come up by 1 inch. Over waist no how not about sort of 1 inch. Now you come inward by 1 inch as well to avoid bulky. Say be zip no boss na amoamoa no santuba waist no about top 1 inch. No akọ inside ½ inch bi no aye na connect. And I say, so we draw the new line for the zip measurement. Remember we came in as ½ inch, so we just have to draw a new line. Or like what I was saying, the back and the front are not the same. So you can do this way. You come to the waistline, you come up by 1 inch, then you come inward to the hip line by 1 inch or half inch, then you draw a new lines. Or you come to the hip side, you come up by 1 inch, and also by hip no about sort by 1 inch. What is so? Now you draw a straight line like this to avoid bulky. So this is 2 methods that I've taught you. This is 2 methods. You can either decide to do it this way or that way. I hope you have understood what I mean. It is what it is. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and comment. It's Mora FC. It is what it is. Oh boy. It is what it is. So don't forget to click on notification bell. So anytime I post a new video, you will be updated. I hope you enjoy the 2 languages. Shalom, peace, God bless you all. So you can decide to do this way as you trim it off, or the other way around.